I think it's fair to say a lot of people aren't exactly the biggest fan of FM26 in the beta format. Just playing a little WSL game from my offline save that I'm playing at the moment. And people just aren't getting it with the new system. Like, is the game fun? Yeah. Is it the best foot manager ever? Probably not. Rating out of 10, probably a 6. But we can't. The game is playable. It's quite fun. It's mostly not broken. Everything that is broken, they have fixed within a pretty quick time. And you kind of have to put a few things in perspective. Firstly, the fact that the game is literally still in beta, so people need to calm down a little bit until at least November the 4th when the game actually comes out. Secondly, people are expecting this game to be the most complete football manager ever when we move into a new engine, and people just think that all these features that are taken out, yeah, it does make it a slightly worse game, but the whole point of moving to Unity is to make this game a lot better. FM24 was the best football manager ever, at least so far, but it still had a lot of issues. Just getting new players into the game was just the most difficult thing ever. Honestly, the new players are the people who are finding this game the easiest to get used to. Is the UI perfect? No. But it's the first year of something that should be the best football manager in a couple of years. This is clearly teething problems and more problems than they probably would like to have, but it's not like the game's broken. Of course, there's some stuff you can't do yet, but that stuff will get added. It's not like Football Manager are just going, here's a half-baked game and just deal with it. They're actually trying to help you guys. They're actually even said 3 times this week they're doing updates on it for fixing bugs. There are a few more bugs than people would like, but Unity is pretty famous for having bugs. And the fact that even content creators are now getting just blamed for just lying to people as if like they're getting paid by Football Manager. Firstly, if £38 can buy your favourite content creator, then I'm just going to go around and get every single content creator to go around and just show me, because £38 is stupidly cheap for a brand. I don't know the word for it. You get what I mean anyway, hopefully. But if people were literally saying that and then were literally not even admitting it, that's a bigger problem, because that's a legal problem. It's literally legal for companies to do that. And the fact that if someone has a different opinion to you, they're actually just lying now is just completely wrong. If you don't agree with that opinion, fair enough. That's you're entitled to your own opinion. If you don't think this game is worth it, then refund it, don't buy it. But this game is actually quite good, and the discourse is getting online from what we can tell at the moment is hardcore players just not liking it, and it's hard to tell whether it's a loud minority or the majority. And it's got to a point now which is just becoming annoying, like just the fact that even you put it out online that you like the game, people are just, there's even someone on Reddit that had death threats from saying that they like the game. Like, that is just way too far and just completely unnecessary. It's got to a point where this game, maybe not this year, but this game in 2 or 3 years will be absolutely miles ahead of FM24. And people just, maybe this is the one that you're going to skip. Maybe it's not. But if you're going to skip a game, maybe this one is. If there wasn't a 2-year gap, then maybe this one would have been a skip year for those people who maybe don't buy every single year. But it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It just means it's a work in progress. This game next year will be light years out of FM24. FM24 was built on a system that you got to a point of, after 20 years of working on the system, yes, it was pretty good, but that was the limit that they got to. A nice analogy that people are using is you can have this player who's got 160 quality, and that's his potential ability now, and that's where FM24 was. But with FM26, we've gotten into a space where this one's got a 195 PA, but doesn't have quite the same counter ability. This game will just eclipse Football Manager 24, and I think people really need to go back and play the game to realise how bad FM24 was. Yes, it had more features, but the features will come. It's not like you got to have a little bit of trust in Football Manager. I know that's going to be a hard thing to say for the Football Manager community, but Football Manager, whether they get it right or wrong, they're not a malicious company. They are trying to do the right thing at least. And the fact that people are just like feel scammed by the game is just bewildering to me, and I don't really get it. It's got to a point where criticising the game, fair enough, it's your opinion, you're entitled to your opinion, but it's got to a point where these attacks are getting personal, and the fact that people just I'm going to go back to it. The fact that people think content creators are lying, that they're saying they like this game, that they're just a shill for Football Manager, it just makes no sense. Like, I like this game. Yes, I'm technically a content creator, but barely got 100 subscribers so far, but it just confuses me, and I really don't get it. If you guys genuinely don't like the game, that's fair enough, but don't ruin it for everyone else.